Just checking to make sure it was you, Muse. There's a cricket somewhere in the house. Can you hear it? I think that cricket is trying to tell me something, and I think that it's trying to tell me that maybe I need to be on the lookout for imposter muses. I'm kidding. But it's funny that I say the word imposter, considering what I want to talk about right now. No, I'm not. Not directly going to talk about the imposter syndrome, because I've already beaten that particular dead horse. I hate to use that phrase. It's such an ugly phrase. I don't want horses to die. Of course, everything dies. Entropy eventually has its way with everything. No, what I want to talk about is something that I'm actually experiencing right now. And that's a cat going to town on a chair. Life with cats, Muse. Man, you never know. So I started writing the sequel to Suicide Station, finally. I wasn't sure if that was ever going to happen because of various and sundry things that happened after the release of the first book. And we won't talk about that because everybody knows, and you know, and I know, and there's no reason to talk about it. But, so I'm about 6,000 words into this book, okay? And I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. Now let me explain. With every word I write in this sequel, my thoughts are, can I recreate the magic that happened with the first one? Or was that first book a happy accident that cannot be recreated? I know the world of the book. I know the characters very well. But there was something special about that book. Yeah, there's something special about every book that we write, right, Muse? So I'm 6,000 words into this book, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's not, I don't know. Is it working? Is it, am I failing? Am I already failing at writing the sequel to this book? And then, of course, that begets thoughts of, am I just a failure to begin with? And then, of course, I immediately am reminded of the feedback that I got from Dead Twin Sister, which is the sequel to The Dark Seduction. Another instance where I started writing a book thinking, oh my gosh, can I create the magic that I created in that first book? I don't know. Oh my God, this is so confusing. But I sent that book to the band, and the singer replied with this amazing praise about the story. And you know, even going so far as to say it was brilliant. And so I have to hold on to that, and I have to think, okay. I've done it once before. I've done it more than once before. I have written sequel after sequel after sequel. And I can't be afraid of this. I just have to accept it. And trust. I have to trust you. And I have to trust this and this and this. I have to trust everything and just move forward and write. And sometimes that's easier than others. Especially when you're writing something that you feel, when you feel as the way I did about that first book, about Suicide Station, when you feel about that and you dive in to write a sequel to it, you know, or you think that you had already set the bar so high that you don't know if you can reach it. And yet we always do. After I wrote Hell's Muse, I thought I really just need to not write a sequel to that book, because nothing that I can write will match that. Nothing. And then came The Nails of Calvary. After I wrote A Tale of Two Reapers, I was contracted for 3 books for that series. And I wrote that first book, and I thought, there's just absolutely no way that I can improve on this. I'm not doing this, not doing this. That's just my own thoughts. And then I wrote To Kill a Reaper. And then I wrote For Whom the Reap Tolls. And I think, my editor thinks, that For Whom the Reap Tolls is the best one in the series. Another editor thought that Bye Zombie Bye was the best in that long series. So it can happen. I just have to trust myself. But it is so hard. And this is Suicide Station we're talking about. So, the sequel doesn't even have a title yet. It's just Suicide Station 2. Now, I believe that I might have seen a glimpse of a title in the first 6,000 words, but I don't know. But even then, something really kind of special happened, and it was a happy accident. And I don't want to give too much away, but Muse, you and I have been working on this sort of metaverse idea with all of my universes. And my original thought was that metaverse was going to come together in the iZombie series, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen here in Suicide Station. And that excites the hell out of me because it's more plausible. I know it's fictionally plausible, but I can make it happen in this series. And that also, because I can make it happen in this series, it also gives me the hope that this series is going to continue on. It'll need to continue on, especially if I'm going to be creating a metaverse within it. But these 6,000 words have not been easy, and I don't mean they came out of me easily. They were easy to write, but with every word, every sentence, every paragraph, I'm going, is that good enough? Are these words good enough for this universe and these characters? The character of David from the first book. The moment that I wrote his first sentence, I thought, oh my gosh, can I recreate that? I just have to trust myself, and I have to trust you, Muse. I have to trust that you and I together can put this thing onto paper, on the page, and make it happen, and make it special. And I know that every writer out there, most writers out there, most all, probably 99.99% of the writers out there go through this very same thing, where they're facing down the barrel of a sequel wondering, can I pull this off? Just got to trust. You got to trust your words, you got to trust your skill, you got to trust your mind, your heart, and your muse. And once you can pull that off, which is no easy feat, then you can accomplish what you need, what you want, and what your readers want. And I know that the readers have been anxiously awaiting the sequel for Suicide Station. Now they're going to get it. And then some. Anyway, thank you, Muse, for hearing me out. Let me ramble on and blather. My big fat flapping mouth go on. Because I need this. I need to get this stuff out of me, so I can put my fingers back on my keyboard and do my thing. I feel better now. Thank you, Muse. Have a good day. I gotta turn off the camera, but I'm frozen. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm coming in to turn it off.